Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Softball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, TruMoo, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the 2016 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
We're drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated, but it's the exciting action that's stealing the show at the Iowa Farm Bureau Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Championship. It is time for the 1A title game, and this is a heavyweight prize fight with 6-time state champ and top-ranked Akron-Westfield taking on the challenger, number 2 ranked Kee High in the 1A game. Alongside Kathy Creighton, I am Brad Wells, and we'll have a good one here in 1A. And Kathy, it's a rematch from 2014. Akron-Westfield got the win, but both teams feel that they can come away with a victory.
It's not only hot in temperature here, the sun is beating down on us. It is a hot rivalry between these two teams. They've met 2 out of 3 times in the last 3 years. They may be here again in Fort Dodge next year.
All right, let's take a look at what they're going to put on the field here in 2016 for Akron-Westfield. The Westerners, they're seeking their 7th title in their 12th trip to state. Did not make it to state last year, but have won 15 straight games here at the state tournament. They're tough to beat here in Fort Dodge.
Yes, Akron has 10 runs per game average. They have some young talent, though. They only have 1 senior, so they may be back to Fort Dodge again.
And for the Kee Hawks, 4 starters from that 2014 team are back. This team can hit the ball, and it starts with the Cooper sisters.
Kendra and Courtney Cooper, they have 9 home runs each. Maybe one of them will hit one today. Maybe both of them will hit one today.
All right, stand by for introductions of today's 1A title game teams.
In the 2016 Iowa Girls High School State Softball Tournament. This contest is for the Class 1A Championship, featuring the Akron-Westfield Westerners and the Kee Hawks. Introducing the non-starters for Akron-Westfield: Kiana Apley, Jordan Newbrand, Lily Kenny, Trisha Frericks, Hannah Bomey, Elena Mullenix, Brooke Cooley, Michaela Swancutt, Caberly Coyle. Assistant coaches: Kent Johnson, Kayla Tyndall, Melissa Minen. Introducing the non-starters for Kee: Michaela Peters, Maddie Weimiller, Laura Kelch, Christina Dybert, Elena Rolfs, Meredith Gruber, Mackenzie Hawes, Heather Mooney, Ella Strong, Ashlyn Seitz, Jenna Rethwich, Maddie Gruber, Assistant coaches Val Meyer and Tiffany Peters. Introducing the starting lineup for Akron-Westfield. Leading off in center field, Katie Johnson. Batting second at second base, Jaden Harris. Batting third in right field, Danica Tyndall. Batting fourth at catcher, Bailey Davis. Batting fifth and at shortstop, Bryn Van Eldick. Batting sixth in left field, Jessica Hansen. Batting seventh, pitcher Ann Hedlund. Batting eighth at third base, Courtney Waterbury. Batting ninth, designated player Cammie Bishop. Playing first base, Danica Smith. Head coach for Akron-Westfield, Todd Colt. Introducing the starting lineup for Kee Hawks, leading off at second base, Ellie Cooper. Batting second in center field, Nikki Wood. Batting third at third base, Kendra Cooper. Batting fourth, pitcher Courtney Cooper. Batting fifth at first base, Chloe Severson. Batting sixth, designated hitter Casey Welch. Batting seventh at catcher, Katie Brennan. Batting eighth in left field, Annie Dybert. Batting ninth at shortstop, Michaela Walliser. And playing right field, Sydney Strong. Head coach for Kee High, Liz Hill. Introducing the umpires for this Class 1A championship. At first base, Richard Sebring. At third base, Daryl Bartling. And behind the plate, Tom Topping. And ladies and gentlemen, players and coaches, it's time for state championship softball.
All right, we'll get things going here in Class 1A as the Kee High Hawks will start defensively. Let's go across the outfield. Annabelle Dybert, Nikki Woods in center, Sydney Strong in right field, Michaela Walliser at shortstop, Ellie Cooper at second base. On the corners, Courtney Cooper at third, and Chloe Severson at first base. And on the mound, Courtney Cooper. She'll be throwing to Katie Brennan, as it'll be Kendra Cooper at third, Courtney at the pitcher's mound. Those two can trade off. Here is the batting order for Akron-Westfield. The Westerners started off with a senior center fielder, Katie Johnson. Batting second is Jaden Harris. Batting third, Danica Tyndall. Batting fourth, Davis, then Van Eldick, Hansen, Hedlund, Waterbury, and batting ninth, the first baseman, Danica Smith. So in the pitcher circle there for Kee High, we mentioned Courtney Cooper, as she has a .89 ERA. She is 25-3 and 250 strikeouts to just 38 walks. And that might be one of the most impressive numbers that you'll find in a pitcher in Class 1A.
This is the older of the Cooper sisters.
Here's a look at the keys to the game here for Akron-Westfield. For the Westerners, what do they need to do here?
They need to cut out the mental mistakes. They want to make sure that they get the signals right. They want to keep their eye that they're out here for the championship. They are here to win.
All right, we will get things going here. And here is the Kee High Hawks keys. Put the ball in play offensively, but then execute in tight spots. And that's on both sides of the ball here.
Both teams pretty much said the same thing to us. They need to execute to win this game.
Ball. Two straight balls from Courtney Cooper. There's Katie Johnson at the plate, bats over 504 in average, and looks at a strike. As we mentioned, they're 10+ runs per game that they average during the season. Guess what? 2 games here at the state tournament, 20 runs. They're right on pace to continue that 10-run average.
They're getting a strike right on the outside corner. Good way to get started. even up the count.
Ball.
Cooper misses high, and it's a full count. A junior on the mound for the Hawks. There's a slap into right field, and off the glove of Strong. Around first, headed to second, looking for the signal, and Katie Johnson will hold up at second base. As our first error of the ball game comes on the first batter. Looking into the sun, but just ran in too far that time, Kathy.
Her first step was in, her first step should have been back. So she let the ball get a little bit by her, and the batter ended up with a double.
So Katie Johnson, the senior center fielder, stands on second base. Nobody out here in the top of the first, and Jaden Harris, an 8th grader, up for the Akron-Westfield Westerners. 62 at-bats, 29 hits for Harris.
Ball.
Looks at a ball.
Out.
She's showing bunt here. The infielders were moving on this.
24 stolen bases. Just 3 sacrifices, though. She's got speed. She may be trying to get all the way to first. Bunting for a hit here in this first inning.
1-2, ladies. 1-2.
Left-handed batters are already 2 or 3 steps closer to first base. And if they got some speed, all they got to do is put the ball in play, and they're going to have a good chance of getting on base.
There's the bunt. Right to Cooper. Tough throw to first in time. Gets the out. Great play defensively by Courtney Cooper from the pitcher's circle to scoop that and make the throw.
She did get the out, but there is also now a runner in scoring position.
And a great bunt from Harris, too. That almost always earns her a base hit.
That was kind of an excuse me bunt.
Danica Tyndall up for the Westerners. And she's choked up halfway up the bat. Looking to get a run across here. Akron-Westfield head coach Todd Colt in his 15th year coaching the high school softball program. It started in 2003. There's a slap right side. Caught by the second baseman. The throw to third. Not fielded cleanly. That's Ellie Cooper at second. Tried to make the throw over to Kendra Cooper at third. The two are cousins on the infield.
Great grab by that second baseman. Nice extension to catch the ball in the glove, and almost got her at third base.
So Bailey Davis to the plate now. For Davis, a junior, 41 runs batted in, second on the team with her 4 home runs, but also 13 sacrifices.
Ball.
Except ball 2 down below the knees. And with 2 outs here in the first inning, Davis keeping an eye on Katie Johnson at third. Would love to bring her home and put her Westerners in front here in the first inning.
Ball.
That would be a great start to the game to score in the first
3 balls,
inning.
no strike.
Three balls, no strikes to Davis. We'll see if she challenges. She does pump a strike in there to make it 3-1.
As a batter, you always want to wait. It's not very often you get the go-ahead swing at a 3-0 pitch.
Shot back to the pitcher, an easy play over to first. And the Kee Hawks get out of the first half of the inning without any damage. It was an error on the first play of the game, but Kee able to hold them. Let's take a look at the Akron-Westfield defense. And in the outfield, Jessica Hansen, the junior. She'll be alongside Katie Johnson in center. In right field, Danica Tyndall. As we move to the infield, third base, Courtney Waterbury. Bryn Van Eldick at shortstop, just a sophomore on that left side, both of them. Harris at second, an 8th grader, Danica Smith, a sophomore at first base. Behind the plate, Bailey Johnson, a junior, a first-team All-Stater in 2015 behind the plate. And then Ann Hedlund, a junior, in the circle. 18-2 on the season, a .84 ERA, 142 strikeouts. 20-2 now on the season. A second-team All-Stater a year ago. And she's been a big part of this Akron-Westfield club the last few years.
She has. She's been solid in the pitching circle, getting some strikeouts, and she is also letting her defense help her get some ground outs.
Kee High's batting order. Ellie Cooper, the senior second baseman, starts it off. Then Nikki Wood, the sophomore, bats second. Kendra Cooper and Courtney Cooper to follow. Chloe Severson bats fifth. Casey Welsh, Katie Brennan, Annabelle Dybert, and Michaela Walliser rounded out for Kee High. So quite a Cooper connection for Kee High. Ellie Cooper is the cousin of Courtney and Kendra.
Anything missing close, I'll let you know where, okay?
And I believe she is the senior on the team.
She is, yes. Leads things off. A solid infielder defensively. As Ann Hedlund gets things going here for Akron-Westfield inside the circle. Slap right back to Hedlund. Fields her position very nicely on that particular play, and it's one away.
A lot of times coaches teach their pitchers to run towards the base so they don't overthrow. So nice soft toss, got the runner out.
So Nikki Wood, the sophomore, into the batter's circle. Tried to slap at it and push one down. 57 hits. 57 hits on this season. That is a team best for this Kee High club. As both teams trying to get the top of the order going here to start things. Big swing and a miss by Wood, and it's 1-2.
Both teams have come out swinging. They want to hit this ball.
Hedlund delivering some bullets from that circle. That one's cranked high and deep. Left field. Left fielder gives chase. It's over the fence, but it is foul. Probably 15 feet from putting a run up on the board if it would have stayed fair.
Yeah, when I was playing, we just called those long strikes.
Long strikes. It's staying alive for Nikki Wood, and she looks at ball 2.
2-2, guys.
Does that mess with a pitcher's psyche?
No,
a
not
deep
usually.
fly ball like that?
No, not usually.
There's another one fouled back.
We've seen all day long the pitchers have nerves of steel.
2-2.
Didn't seem like anything got to them.
Ball.
A little high.
Up and away.
Nikki Wood with a good eye.
Maybe the heat a little bit got to them. Maybe they got a little bit tired, but nope. They are determined they were going to pitch the pitch that they wanted to.
Hedlund delivers. Slap back. Hedlund once again fields it, and an easy flip to first. And there's 2 away. So now the Cooper sisters are up. And Kathy, you were wondering which one's going to hit a home run first today. Kendra Cooper, the sophomore, the younger of the sisters. She gets the first crack at it. High fly ball. It's going to be an easy play for Bailey Davis, the catcher. And Akron-Westfield goes 1, 2, 3 in the first inning. So we are scoreless through 1 inning completed here in the 1A title game. All right, Mark Amadeo is still working hard this whole day. Mark, what do you have for us now?
If I run
Laura, as we get set for the fourth game today, and you know we got the big matchup here, Akron-Westfield and Kee Lansing, 1 and 2. Akron comes in. Their only loss has been to Heelan and to Boyden Hall. Both those teams have been in the state tournament in different classes. And you know, Kee at Lansing, again, as you mentioned in the pregame, it's a rematch, but they've won their last 15 games in a row. So they come in, and they probably have the coach with the most excitement. Out of the 40 coaches here, the Kee coach, Elizabeth Hill, probably is the Energizer Bunny of them all, because she'll get on her kids in a positive way and just really brings a lot to the game. So that's what we got here. The temperature, Brad and Kathy, it's still warm, and it's not getting any cooler as of right now. The wind is, well, non-existent, a little breeze once in a while, and we're losing the clouds. So that's the update here on Buena Vista Diamond.
All right, we'll see if we can drum up some clouds for you, get a little more shade coming in. There is a look at head coach Elizabeth Hill in her 6th season running this Kee Hawks softball squad, and she does bring some energy. Kathy, as we watched her in the semifinal game, these Hawks get a base runner aboard, and we'll keep a camera on her in that third base coach's box.
She has a lot of energy, and it transfers into her kids. They want to play well for her, and they want to play well for themselves.
Courtney Cooper pushes a strike in there, and talking to her after the game yesterday, she said she gets a lot of energy from the kids. She's like, I don't know how they do it, but they do a ton of stuff. They play multiple sports. She's like, they energize me. Very unselfish, and I think that whole mentality trickles down through that entire program.
These teams have a lot of support from their community. I know the Kee coach said that there's support from their community by the places donating water, parents coming out and with open gym to spend time with the kids during football season.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
We had one of the players told us a fun story. He said, yeah, sometimes the parents have an NFL football game on a Sunday, and there's a few Packer fans up there, a few Viking fans up there as well. Probably a few Bears fans in the area up in northeast Iowa.
Well, there's a Bear fan sitting right here.
Yeah. We got a 2-2 count here. There's a slap into left field, and it's by the left fielder. Dibert couldn't handle it, and Van Eldik on her way to third. And Van Eldik with a triple as it got by Dibert. And they do mark it a hit.
The outfield seems a little bit hard. That took a big bounce.
It's the running swat down that line. And once it got by Dibert, Van Eldik just really turned on the burners.
Nice long strides.
Play at the plate, the throw not in time. Going down to second base, center fielder covering. Wood unable to make the catch and tag in time. Safe at second is Jessica Hansen.
A squeeze play to score the first run of the game. How exciting is that?
Nice sacrifice by Hansen. But it'll go down as a fielder's choice as Van Eldik able to slide underneath the tag.
Thank you.
And it's 1-0. Akron-Westfield with a runner in scoring position.
Ball.
Keeping an eye on that runner is Katie Brennan, the freshman catcher behind the plate.
Akron-Westfield has some aggressive base running going on today.
Here's Hedlund trying to help her own cause.
No tag.
And I think they say there was no tag, but they say out at first. I think the ball was picked up right on the line. A fair ball. Hedlund will be out. And Akron-Westfield head coach Todd Colt asking for interference. And the umpires are going to get together. This is the right thing. Get together and talk it over.
Umpires, eventually, they want to get it right.
Anybody have a glove on the tag?
I did not see a tag at all, Coach.
I had a hip and she deflected off of her. That's all I saw.
So
So I saw no tag, but I'd say the player made contact with the defensive player, okay, and which flipped her up, but the defense was going for the ball.
Yep, that's a 50-50 play, incidental contact.
Let's see right there. Looks like the ball was maybe in her glove before there was contact.
She's there. She's there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So now here comes the other coach. Now she's going to ask for an explanation.
Pardon?
Okay, he said out.
No.
He said out on
Not on the tag.
No, on the force we had her. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about on the force.
Okay.
The force at first.
We still retired the runner at 1. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. We got her at first base. We had her out. No, not you. You're fine.
We still had the force at
That is
third.
correct. The player threw the ball to first before the runner's there. I had her out.
Okay, I'm just looking at contact.
Yes.
All right, and that's all we need to know.
Yeah, the play was there.
Out on the force.
Thank
out
you.
on the force.
This was a force out.
That's right. They did get it right here.
Yep. That's all you can ask of the umpires, to get together, talk it over, try to make it right.
And then Kee High head coach Elizabeth Hill came out. They listened to her, and they got things straightened out. So, Akron-Westfield still leads 1-0. Runner is on third. That is Hansen with Waterbury at the plate. Swing and a miss.
That batter shortened up quite a bit on that bat. She's just trying to poke it out of the infield to score that run.
One out here with Waterbury, the sophomore, at the plate. One run in, a runner on third for Akron-Westfield. Looks like trying to squeeze another one in here, Kathy.
You know, if the bunt works and the other team isn't fielding it, I bunt until they field it.
Successfully were able to get Bryn Van Eldick the score. The bunt laid down by Jessica Hansen, who now stands on third. There's Waterbury. And looks at strike 3, and there's 2 away. Nice pitch that time from Courtney Cooper. On that inside corner, belt high.
Looked like a little screwball that kind of curved in towards the batter.
Flex for DP. Flex for DP, please.
So Danica Smith, the sophomore, first baseman to bat here in the 9 spot. Still standing on third, Jessica Hansen for Akron-Westfield. Danica Smith now with 2 outs at the plate for the Westerners. Changeup misses high for Courtney Cooper. Now for Courtney Cooper, she was honorable mention All-State in 2015, has a very strong arm. Will switch between pitcher and third with her sister Kendra Cooper. There's a fly ball. Deep on the infield, giving chase is Walliser, and she makes a fantastic play. The freshman shortstop with an over-the-shoulder grab to end the second.
She had eyes on that all the way.
Watch her track this ball.
Catch it with both hands. There was no doubt that she was going to catch that.
The football team might need a wide receiver this coming fall. Tell you right now, Michaela Walliser might not be a bad option for Kee High. But Akron-Westfield able to push 1 run across and take the lead here after 1.5 innings.
She got a great jump on that ball, so there was no way it was going to drop.
Let's take a look at the Class 1A tournament bracket. As you see how these 2 teams got here, Akron-Westfield topping West Harris and Newell Fonda, and Kee High taking care of Belle Plaine and Martinsdale St. Mary's. And we saw a couple good games yesterday, and we are excited about this one here today with Akron-Westfield and Kee High. It's a rematch of the 2014 1A state championship game. both these teams feel as though they have the pieces on their roster to win this softball game. And both are very energetic, and they like to steal the extra base. We're going to have a lot of action here.
Both pitchers are throwing strikes. They're not wasting any time. And the batters are swinging. They're being very aggressive. So this is going to be fun.
So it's 4-5-6 coming up for Kee High as the Akron-Westfield defense put them down 1-2-3 in order. Courtney Cooper will lead it off. Chloe Severson is on deck. Casey Welch guaranteed to see the plate here in the second inning as well. There is a bomb that is foul down that left field line. I think Courtney Cooper heard your challenge, Kathy. I think she's hoping to be that first Cooper kid to hit one out of the park here.
That one definitely had the distance. She took that inside pitch, turned on it, just foul.
There's a pop fly, foul territory, and it's unplayable. So Courtney Cooper stays alive here. No balls, 2 strikes.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Another one fouled back.
She wants to hit this ball. There's no one on base. Might as well hit it long.
And a ball comes flying in here. There's a look at the Akron-Westfield pitcher, Ann Hedlund, the junior, 20-2 on the season. She was a second-team All-Stater a year ago. There's a rip down the left field line. That one is also foul.
She's showing great ability to hit it everywhere. She's hit a couple down the left side. She's hit a couple over on the right side. She's going with the pitch. Nice patience on that one.
1-2, guys, 1-2.
It was yesterday in the semifinal. Remember Courtney Cooper? She hit a home run over the right center fence. So she does have power in all directions. There's a ground ball up the middle, and a quick hop makes it too tough for Van Eldick to field at short. And the leadoff batter, Courtney Cooper, turns into a leadoff base runner with a base hit up the middle. A lot of topspin on that ball. Really short hop that time for Van Eldick.
A ball right down at the knees. Push your hands out there. Poke it right up the middle.
6.
So there's your courtesy runner, Christina Dybert, an 8th grader.
Got nobody.
Okay.
This is Chloe Severson, the first baseman. Pulls the bat back just in time after showing bunt.
Both teams have a nice mix of freshmen and sophomores and juniors and seniors. That's how you build a team that lasts a long time, that comes to Fort Dodge over and over again.
Well, and especially when you talk about Class 1A softball, that's how you have to do it. Have to get some contribution from those younger kids. And Severson able to move Dybert up to second base with the sacrifice.
Here's a good example of Kee executing the small ball play.
Now just one away and a runner in scoring position, yes. Casey Welch, a junior, at the plate.
You put that behind you. Put that behind you. Put the rosin behind you. Thank you. Thank you.
At that rosin bag.
The rules do say the rosin bag has to be behind the pitcher's plate.
Behind the mound.
So less of a distraction, I guess, to the batter.
Tom Topping all over it. Our crew chief behind the plate.
Ball.
Tom Topping is a great crew chief. He's worked the Women's College World Series a couple of different times. So he's a top-notch umpire in the entire country.
Ball.
And it's 2-0 here on Casey Welch. Welch with 41 hits, 27 RBIs in the regular season.
Ball.
Looks at ball 3. She also has 14 walks on the season.
It's 1 out. She's got to move that runner.
It's a swing and a miss on a 3-0 count. Had the green light.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Green light tells me that these coaches want these kids to swing. They want them to be aggressive at the plate. Makes for a fun game for everybody.
Absolutely. It's part of that energy that we talked about with the Kee head coach, Elizabeth Hill. There's another base hit into center field. She's sending her home. The throw will be cut off. And Kee High ties it here in the 2nd inning. And it almost looked like if that throw wouldn't have been cut off, they might have had a play at the plate. Let's take another look here.
Yeah, what a nice arm by that center fielder to bring that ball all the way into the plate.
Foul.
There would have been a play at the plate.
It looked like it there. Christina Dibert, the courtesy runner, scores after back-to-back ground balls up the middle. Courtney Cooper led the inning off. Now Casey Welsh, who is on first, an RBI single up the middle. There you see Ann Hedlund.
Thank you.
It is hot here this afternoon. Harlan Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Just 1 out. And Hedlund only facing the 4th batter, but it seems like she's had to do some work up there. Some quality at-bats by this Kee High lineup here in the 2nd inning.
Ball.
There's patience on an 0-2 pitch for Katie Brennan,
1-2.
the freshman catcher. 26 RBIs for her on the season on just 32 hits. She's coming up with some timely hits through the course of the year.
2-2.
It's the third base coach, head coach, trying to give her some energy.
He has Coach Hill down at third. There's a fly ball. It's going to stay in the infield. Hedlund calls everybody off and makes the catch for out number 2. And Hedlund now with 2 outs, a runner on first. Picks up the rosin bag, gets back to work here. Annabelle Dibert, the sophomore left fielder. Digs in. Ground ball left side. Van Eldick picks it up, throw to first is in time. As Kee High's tied it here in the 2nd inning. 1 run in, it is 1-1 through 2 innings played. As we get set to go to the 3rd inning.
New game.
Yes. I'm on it.
We talked about both pitchers, and as Kee High, Courtney Cooper gets set for her delivery. Let's take a look at this delivery in slow-mo. Here's real speed here. That's her warm-up pitch. Let's take a look at Courtney Cooper in slow-mo. Just putting some torque into it here. Big whip at the end.
Great
kind of a big dramatic swoop and a lot of power.
Yep, great
coming from the legs. Yeah,
she's really, really strong. She has quite the arsenal of pitches too. She's got a fastball, a rise ball, a drop ball, a screwball, a change, and a curve. Let's see which one she's successful with today.
Let's see which one.
She's been throwing mostly fastballs so far. Haven't seen too much of a change of speed.
There's one in there for a strike. Count even at 1 apiece. She had 11 strikeouts on Monday.
Okay.
And coach called her a go-getter. Here's a high fly ball left field. Giving chases Dibert. The center fielder, Nikki Wood, comes in to make the catch. The sophomore came flying in from her position. Whoa.
The center fielder is the captain of the outfield. So if she wants it, she's going to take it.
Two sophomores in the outfield. Here's a junior in right. There's another look at it there. Nikki Wood covering some ground out there. So Katie Johnson flies out. That brings Jaden Harris to the plate.
So let's watch Kendra pitch here. She's digging a nice big trench out there.
Ball!
But she's dragging, which is legal. A few years ago, that was not legal in Iowa high school softball. But as long as she's dragging and pushing off from the pitching plate, that's legal.
All right.
Ball! Out.
She's got some velocity today. She's throwing a lot of fastballs.
Talk through what would make it illegal then, with her dragging her foot and keeping it legal. As here's the 2-0 pitch.
Ball!
What would make it illegal?
If she leaps off the pitching plate and she is airborne before she lands.
Foot comes off, loses contact with the ground.
Correct, the back foot. The foot that she's dragging with. The foot that she's dragging with, if it came off the ground, it would be illegal. But she's doing a good job of dragging it. So you can tell because she's digging a big hole and she's kicking dirt with it.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's a strike on the outside corner. At the knees, corner of the plate. Makes the count 3-2.
Umpires love calling corners.
Jaden Harris, the batter. Grounded out her first at-bat. Quick foul ball into the stands. Right above the Akron-Westfield dugout.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Harris, remember, just an 8th grader. The second baseman for the Westerners.
Ball! Down.
And it's ball 4. And a base runner is aboard with 1 out. Danica Tyndall, the junior right fielder, comes to the plate. Harris is at first base. And keep an eye on Jaden Harris, 24 stolen bases this season. That is second most on the team. And she was moving, and here's a ground ball. Tough play. Cooper, the throw just in time. Severson covering first nicely, a big target. And Courtney Cooper, she's used to reacting quickly, having played third and pitcher all year. But this is how you draw it up if you're a defensive coach.
Close play, but she did get her.
Just a swoop and a throw.
The batter did her job, though. Now we have a runner in scoring position.
Harris down at second base. Davis at the plate, looks at strike 1.
This is Davis's chance for an RBI with that runner in scoring position.
Leads the team with her 41 runs batted in. So 9 doubles on the season, part of her 33 hits. Here's the 1-1.
Ball.
Cooper leaves it high. Davis looking to bring Harris around. Swing and a miss by Davis. And Cooper looking to get out of this inning without any damage done here in the third. A 1-out walk, and Harris stands at second. Davis, fly ball, it's going to stay on the infield, and able to make the catch behind the plate. Katie Brennan, the freshman. A smooth defensive play, and Kee High gets out of it. One runner aboard, but one runner stranded by Akron-Westfield.
Stay aggressive at the plate. Stay aggressive down your zone. You're seeing the ball very, very well. Get after, work hard. Hawks on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There's that energy we talked about.
There it is. Keeping things going. She takes a lot of deep breaths, too. She gets out what she wants, but then she'll take a deep breath. Sometimes you see her, she does need to settle her kids down and settle herself down. All right, well, we took a look at Courtney Cooper in slow motion. Let's turn the tables here. Akron-Westfield on the field warming up, and Headland in the circle. Let's take a look at her in slow-mo. Just a junior. Her ERA the best in all of this Class 1A tournament field. Kind of a lean forward there in that pitch.
And she's digging the same hole as the other pitcher. So she's legal. Getting that nice little snap right at the end, too.
And Headland, just a junior. He's been a big part of this Akron-Westfield team. Again, 20-2 on the season, and her ERA the best in this 1A state tournament field. And you combine that with a 10-run per game average. It's no surprise the Westerners are ranked #1. But guess what? Kee High ranked #2. They wanted another crack at this Akron-Westfield team since 2014.
Anytime you have an ERA under 1, it's a great pitcher, no matter what level.
It's 1-1 here.
1-1.
On the batter, Michaela Walliser, the freshman shortstop. Two balls, one strike.
Nice little slap attempt there, a little chopping action with the bat. Tried to slap the ball down.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball right to the first baseman, an easy play for Danica Smith, the sophomore. And there's one away here in the 3rd inning. So top of the order now for the Kee High Hawks. The senior, Ellie Cooper, grounded out in her first at-bat. Headland fielding her position in that first inning. Made 2 of the team's first 3 outs. And some much appreciated clouds rolling in here. Easing up on the sun for the moment. Swing and a miss, no balls, 2 strikes.
Little deception there. The pitcher got to chase a high one.
Headland, the 0-2. A good eye by Ellie Cooper, the senior.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
1-2 misses upstairs as well. Good at bat by Ellie Cooper so far. The senior behind 0-2 to have the patience to battle back. That's why she's in the leadoff spot. Here's the 2-2. Once again, she holds.
We're full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Nice patience.
3-2.
3 balls that were too high, all in a row.
Ellie Cooper looks at ball 4. Headland thought she hit that fantastically known as the umpire's corner, maybe. Ellie Cooper, though, heads down to first, ball 4. So a 1-out walk. Nikki Wood steps in, the right-handed batter, the sophomore center fielder.
The patience of a senior. Now we got a base runner. So the batter showing a little slap action here again. He's trying to put that ball in play and see what the other team's going to do.
Swing and a miss there by Wood. And just like Cooper, Wood is behind 0-2.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Shows some patience there. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 away here in the 3rd.
Haven't been a whole lot of strikeouts in this game. Most of the teams have been really aggressive in putting the ball in play and making the defense throw them out.
It's the first one for Headland coming here in the 3rd. And Kendra Cooper, ground ball right back to Headland. She'll make the throw to first. And it's on the money. So 1 runner aboard via the walk, but no damage done by Kee High. Tied at 1 through 3 innings. As we look forward to the 4th. So far for Kee High, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. And let's send it to Mark Amadeo. Mark?
All right, thanks, Brad. And we have Elizabeth Hill, the head coach, Kee Lansing. How's it feel to be here coaching the state tournament again?
It's awesome. It's exciting. Anytime you come down here to Fort Dodge, it's a great experience, great atmosphere. So we have awesome community support. I mean, they're loud, they're proud, and happy to be Kee Hawks.
Is there anybody on your team that has more energy than you?
Oh, my girls are unbelievable. They're awesome. I absolutely love them. They're hard workers, and they bring energy. So.
All right, it's 1-1 so far. You guys have kind of played each other out. How do you see this finishing out? What are some things you got to do to attack the Westerners?
You guys got to keep scoring runs. You got to be able to make the plays that you need to make, the routine plays, and put the ball in play and get the job done.
Best of luck to you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, there you go.
Thank you very much, Mark. And Elizabeth Hill, she brought energy to our interview as well. She's always excited and pumping up her girls, pumping up the community, loves the Kee High community there in Lansing.
She just loves to be here just as much as the kids love to be here.
There's Courtney Cooper, the junior pitcher. Yes, Coach Hill would love to see her really start locking down these Westerners and continuing to lead this Kee High softball team in this 1A state championship matchup. There you see Bryn Van Eldick. A triple back in the 2nd inning. Scored the Westerners' only run of this game.
Pitchers still got to keep throwing strikes here. Be aggressive, hit that strike zone, make those batters swing.
Bryn Van Eldick's 38 hits. Here's a ground ball. Cooper fields, throws it to first in time. And there's 1 away here in the top of the 4th inning. Jessica Hansen, the junior left fielder, to the plate now for Akron-Westfield. Fielder's choice.
Always a great asset to have a pitcher that can field the position as well as pitch. Both pitchers seem to be doing their job there too.
And Hansen at the plate here, this fielder's choice. That was the bunt that scored Van Eldick, and the play at the plate. And then she would get stranded at 3rd after bringing that run in. And looks at strike 1 to make it 1-1, and now Cooper cruising here in this 4th inning. There's a high fly ball. Center fielder underneath it. Nikki Wood makes the catch. So 2 up, 2 down for Kee High as Nikki Wood, the sophomore center fielder, covers a lot of ground. We've seen that already. That one a little more hit directly towards her. And Ann Hedlund out to try and help her own cause. Ground ball. Walliser, the throw to first. Severson with the squeeze, and it's 3 up, 3 down. Here in the top of the 4th inning, the Kee High Hawks defense. They have been tough. In 3 of our first 4 innings, only 1 chink in the armor.
Kendra's not afraid to let her defense help her get some outs here. She's throwing strikes in there. They're hitting the pitch. She's getting some ground balls, and they're throwing them out.
And there you see Courtney Cooper. She'll be leading off the bottom of the 4th. Let's go to Mark Amadeo right now. We're talking with Akron-Westfield head coach.
All right, Brad, thank you. We have Todd Colt, the Akron-Westfield head coach. Coach 1-1 and going here at the bottom of the top of the 4th inning, or bottom of the 4th inning. And it's been you guys kind of played each other out so far. Both teams have taken advantage of opportunities.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a battle, and we figured it's going to come down to the last pitch, the last out, and someone's going to need to get a lucky bounce, go their way. And it always takes a nice break to win a big game like this.
Well, you've played some big games here at State. I know during the regular season you lost to 2 teams that are here at State. That's only 2 losses. So you've really prepared your kids for this moment, and just trying to finish this thing out.
Yeah, we know Kee's as good as anyone we played this year, if not better. And we're just going to hang in there and hope we have a chance late in the game.
Well, Coach Colt, thank you. It's Todd Colt, the head coach of Akron Westerners, and Brad and Kathy, back to you.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And Todd, with 15 years of coaching high school softball. Previous to that, he coached 9 years of youth softball. And previous to that, he coached 9 years of baseball. So he's got experience for several years.
He's been around the diamonds for sure. 15th year in his position here at Akron-Westfield. It started in 2003. 12 of the last 14 years, Akron-Westfield has been to the state tournament. 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Took a break in 12, was back in 2013 and 14, and bounced out in the sub-state game, the regional final last year, and really set their goal of not just getting back to state, but winning state. And right now, 1 game away from doing so, as only Kee High can take that away from them here today.
Ball, 2-1.
Akron needs to continue what they've been doing the entire game. Throw those strikes in there, make them swing at the pitch you want them to swing at.
Courtney Cooper, big swing, right field. Trying to track it is Tyndall, and Tyndall makes a nice play in the outfield on a hard hit rope by Courtney Cooper.
The outfielders were playing very close to the fence with that Kendra up there at a bat, or Courtney up there at a bat, excuse me.
It's Chloe Severson, the sophomore first baseman.
Ball, down and in.
Ground out in her first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. So that moved Dybert up to second base. And Dybert would later score in that 2nd inning. Severson trying to get something going on her own. There's one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Down the right field line. Severson going for 2. And it's going to be a stand-up double for Chloe Severson with only 1 away here in the 4th inning.
Time.
Great pitch, just hit down the right field line, just inside the chalk line.
Chloe Severson, just a sophomore, stands on second base, her 10th double of the season. And comes in the 1A state championship game. Casey Welsh, the junior DP. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. The throw to first is in time. Now the throw to third. Severson trying to get there. And the ball's dropped by Waterbury at third. After Van Eldick made the throw over to Smith for the out on Welsh. Severson hustling over there. There's another look at it. Van Eldick, a good throw over to Smith, and then Smith A one-hopper over to Waterbury and just couldn't handle it. Looked like the throw might have been on time.
Well, you got to catch the ball before you can make the tag, though.
Yep. There's a little flare on the infield. That's a tough play. And a run is across for Kee High. Brennan knocks in Severson. And it's 2-1. The Hawks are in front.
I think they might call that an error.
That's a tough play out there. Let's take another look at it here, Kathy. Little flare right between the pitcher and the second baseman. A little confusion, but that's a tough play, even if Hedlund's able to pick it up easily. Short, shallow center. Gets Byer. On the move is Brennan. Gets held up at third, but Dibert stands at second base. Annabelle Dibert with a single, and runners advance on the air. We'll take another look at this play. Dibert puts one into shallow center, and then Katie Johnson, the senior, trying to scoop it up and just missed it.
As an outfielder, you have to keep that ball in front of you. Now you got not only one, but two runners in scoring position.
And this is with 2 outs here.
Defensive plays, let's get out of here.
Head coach Todd Colt, a trip to the mound, asking these Westerners to get out of this 4th inning here. Michaela Walliser, the shortstop, at the plate. 2 runners in scoring position for Kee High. Swing and a miss as Hedlund blows it by her.
That's a great job by the pitcher, just getting right back in there and throwing in one more strike, throwing a nice hard strike in there.
That one's past the catcher. Brennan's gonna try and score. She's under the tag, safe. And Kee High has 2 runs across here in the 4th. Here's another look. The wild pitch allows Katie Brennan to race home from third. In there safely.
Even with a little hesitation, she still made it safely home.
And Annabelle Dibert heads up on the play. She advanced to third. Walliser at the plate. Looks at ball 2 outside. There's a flare right side of the infield, and able to make the catch is Danica Smith. The inning is over for the Westerners defense, but for the Akron defense, but Kee High pushes 2 runs across the plate here in the bottom of the 4th.
Great execution. That was one of Kee's key to the game, was to have good execution in those tight spots.
You make that play, we're out. Let's go, one at a time, let's go.
You heard Coach Todd Colt for Akron-Westfield, 1 run at a time. As you see how we got to where we are here. 1 run in the 2nd for Akron-Westfield. Kee High tied it back up, and now just recently took the lead with 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-1 is our score. Number 2 leading top-ranked Akron-Westfield. 5 hits, just 1 error for Kee High.
Both defenses are doing their job this particular game. As we said before the game, Akron-Westfield has scored an average of 10 runs per game. And we looked at the statistic for Kee. They have been scoring 8 runs per game average. And so far, in the 5th inning, we've only got 4 runs total between the 2 teams.
We've seen Akron-Westfield. They've got an ability to explode because they had a couple of big innings in that semifinal game. Once they start to get a little bit of momentum, you can it's almost like sharks in the water that smell blood. You can just kind of see them just start to attack and get more and more aggressive. So everybody stay tuned right here. 8-9-1 in the lineup. Courtney Waterbury flies out to Severson at first. And one pitch, one away. Here in the top of the 5th, Danica Smith, the sophomore, to the plate.
Good job by Courtney to get that first pitch in there as a strike, and a good job by the batter to hit that pitch. Although it was ended up being a pop-up, but they've got to be aggressive on the bats.
Ball.
1 ball, no strikes. Kathy, we're being handed a note that Akron-Westfield head coach Todd Colt threw his back out a few days ago. Almost couldn't make it. His assistant coach almost couldn't make it here. Kent Johnson. Akron-Westfield trying to rally around him here today. 3-1 though. Kee High has taken the lead. The bottom of the 4th, here in the top of the 5th, Akron-Westfield looking for an answer.
There's plenty of energy coming out of both dugouts.
And there's a look at Kent Johnson, keeping the back loose there in the first base coach's box. It's a strike right across the heart of the plate by Courtney Cooper. Here's the 3-1. This is high and outside, and it's a 1-out walk with the top of the order coming up now for the Westerners.
Time's out.
19 will go in as my DP.
Substitution now. Kiana Apley, a sophomore, is going to go in as the DP to replace Smith. And so Apley will be the base runner at first. We're used to seeing a lot of substitutions here from Coach Colt.
Back to 10.
That's what we understand. There are a lot of substitutions by Akron-Westfield.
Shifting players here and there, showing different defensive looks that we saw yesterday.
Ball.
Brought an outfielder in for a 5 infielder infield, or a 5-player infield.
Our pinch runner, Apley, has 17 stolen bases coming into the tournament today.
Johnson looks at a strike. 1-1 is the count. Johnson reached on an error in the first inning and flied out to center in the 3rd. And looks at strike 2. There's Courtney Cooper. As Johnson fooled so far. Crack a couple of change-ups. See if she changes speeds here on the 1-2. Slapped right side. Fielded by Severson. Gets the out at first. And there's 2 away. Hanging at second now is Kiana Apley. And Jaden Harris to the plate.
Move the runner around, but now we have 2 outs. Still have a runner in scoring position, so, and we got a lefty up to bat here, so let's see if she can poke it out of the infield.
Harris with a walk in her last at bat.
Ball. Up.
Harris just an 8th grader. 29 hits on the season, just 8 runs batted in. 14 walks, 24 stolen bases, a lot of speed. That's why you see the Kee High infield way in surrounding Courtney Cooper in that pitcher's circle.
Ball.
They're keeping a close eye on that runner at second. They're keeping her close to the base.
And Akron-Westfield loves to sneak extra bases in. There was a play in the semifinal game. An out was made at 3rd, and while the pitcher was walking back to the circle, the runner that was on second ended up stealing 3rd. So even though the out was made at 3rd, put your guard down just for a second, and the Westerners will take advantage and find an extra base.
3-0. Let's see if she's given the go-ahead.
Cooper doesn't give her anything to hit. So runners on first and second now. And the number 3 batter, Danica Tyndall, steps up to the plate. And Tyndall, 42 hits, 34 runs batted in. That's ranks number 2 on the team.
Never put that behind her.
She's got some speed as well with 20 stolen bases. Cooper on the mound here for Kee High with a 2-run lead.
Ball.
This is high here, the first pitch to Tyndall.
Try to take a little bit off that one, let it get away.
Ball.
That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Two runners aboard here, 2 away. Tyndall at the plate, looks at the first strike that she's seen in a while. Walked back in the 3rd. Excuse me, grounded out back in the 3rd. Here's the 2-1. Chop foul. Back behind the grandstands. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. With 2 outs and 2 runners aboard in a 2-run ball game.
2-2 game, 2-2.
Deuce is wild. Confirmed by Tom Topping, the crew chief. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Kee High gets out of a jam here in the top of the 5th inning. And it's the top of the order coming up for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Great job by Courtney in getting herself out of that jam, leaving 2 base runners stranded.
Gets out of a jam, holding a 2-run lead, looking to extend to that. Let's take a look now at our IPTV Sports thermometer. We do have some shade. It's cooling just a bit. What would you say, 84, 83, 84?
It says 83.
It's still pretty warm, though. I tell you what, that humidity, that's right up there. The heat index probably still in the 90s. Paul Yeager in the background. That guy loves being on camera. He loves that IPTV Sports thermometer as well.
The flag is not moving. There's no breeze anymore.
It's pretty still here.
It's pretty steamy.
You see a little sweat in the stands. A few fans with some towels around their necks, staying cool. The flag trying to stay cool too. Just asking for some help. Just nothing blowing around out there.
We had a nice breeze early today, but not today, or not now.
Yeah, it kind of comes and goes, and it's been pretty stiff the last inning and a half.
Coach Hill trying to give her batter number 13 some energy as she goes to the coaching box.
So Ann Hedlund back out on the mound. 2 strikeouts through the first 5. Excuse me, the first 4 innings. Let me double check that actually. There's 1 strikeout. It came back in the 3rd. It's Cooper with 2 strikeouts. Ellie Cooper, the leadoff. Drew a walk back in the 3rd inning. Here's a crush ball into center field. Nice play by Katie Johnson, the senior. Coming in, making the running catch out in center field. Those line drive hits that come right at you, those are tough to judge. We saw one earlier today in the 1st inning. The right fielder misjudged it, went over her head.
The first step is usually backwards. If you take the first step forwards, you might misjudge it, especially those line drives when they don't have a peak in them.
There's a flare and a diving catch made by Jaden Harris. How about the 8th grader going out and getting it? A little muddy, and that dirt's going to stick to you all night, Jaden. Sorry to say, but how about that? The diving catch.
Great concentration. Folded her glove around that ball. It was not going to trickle out. Kind of help wipe the sweat off there and give her a little encouragement just at the same time.
Save one more when they may need you.
Head coach Todd Colt. Keep it up, young lad. Jaden Harris. Nice play there at second base. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Kendra Cooper. The 3-hitter. The sophomore, third baseman, the sister to Courtney Cooper, who stands in the on-deck circle. There's a rip to the third baseman, dropped by Waterbury. The throw to first, though, is in time as Waterbury slings it across the diamond to fellow sophomore Danica Smith with a big smile on her face. And the Westerners put the Kee Hawks down in order, 1, 2, 3, here in the 5th inning.
Both defenses have been doing a really nice job of keeping their runners off the bases.
All right, as we head to the 6th inning in a 2-run ball game, let's take a look at our highlights in this game. Akron-Westfield. Bryn Van Eldik down the left field line, ended up with a triple. And then look at this placement. The squeeze, safe at home, was Van Eldik, and then Kee High says we can score some too, as Dybert, the courtesy runner, scores on the base hit by Welsh here in the 4th inning. More from Kee High. A run gets pushed across. Severson scores. Brennan would later score on a wild pitch. And that's currently where we stand at 3-1, Kee High with the lead. As we are through 5 full innings. This is the top of the 6th. 4, 5, 6 due up for Akron-Westfield. Bailey Davis, the junior catcher, in the 4 spot this season. Looks at a ball. There's a hard hit ball right to Courtney Cooper. Didn't even flinch. Let's take another look at that. It's like she's catching a throw from her catcher. She's like, yeah, I got it. Courtney Cooper, fantastic play.
Nice and calm. I love that pitcher when she can field her position as well as pitch.
Slow swing and a miss by Van Eldik. She had that triple in the 2nd inning that we saw.
A little off-speed fooled the batter on this one.
Van Eldik 1 for 2 at the plate. Looks at strike 2.
Nice mix of pitches. Little off speed, right back in there with a fastball.
0-2, gang, 0-2.
Van Eldik bats .437 on the season. She's 1 for 2 so far today. Triple and a ground out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Cooper delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 strikeouts now for Courtney Cooper. And there's 2 away here in the 6th inning. Jessica Hansen to the plate, a junior left fielder. So you see Kee High head coach Elizabeth Hill. Grounder right to the first baseman. Severson's got it all by herself. And it's 3 up, 3 down. The Kee High defense. And Courtney Cooper, real tough out there on the field.
Hey, make sure you're staying in 2, staying in 2, stay aggressive down at the ground, all right? Be aggressive, stay at 2, we can do it. Work hard. Hold that 3, 1, 2, 3. Stay loud.
So there you hear it from Kee High head coach Elizabeth Hill in her 6th season. And for Coach Hill, this is her first year coaching now in the, or excuse me, teaching. In the Kee High district. She teaches high school math. She was at North Fayette before that. but brings a lot of energy, loves these kids. Just, she says it's unreal how hard these kids work, how focused they are.
And she says the kids are responding to that, so it's always nice to have a good response to how you coach.
And a Class 1A best 28 home runs. She said the kids put in a lot of hard work. The weight room, they put in lots of reps. And then she credits the parents working with the kids in the off season, getting them into the open gyms, getting them some extra swings to get them prepared.
She said the community donates water to the team, they donate fruit to the team, they donate time to the team.
Now she could pump up a pep rally. I mean,
Sure
I felt when we were talking to her yesterday that we were in a pep rally. She just brings energy no matter what the case.
As she goes to her third base box, she's transferring that energy to this batter.
Courtney Cooper here to lead things off. 4-5-6 in the order for Kee High. A single, a run scored for Courtney's spot, and then a fly out in the fourth. So she's 1 for 2. Still looking for that first Cooper home run from either Kendra or Courtney. Courtney gets the next crack at it and works the count to 2-0.
Courtney scored in the second inning, but haven't been too many base runners for either team.
Here's the 2-0. Swung on and straight back it goes. So 1 run in the second inning, 2 runs in the fourth inning for Kee High. See if the 6th inning produces some runs. Ground ball up the middle. Deflected to Van Eldick. The throw to first is in time. Off Headland's glove. Bryn Van Eldick, the sophomore, flings it over. Oh, it hit her bare hand. Let's take a look at this. And Headland in the pitcher's circle. That was off her hand. See her shaking it right there as they're out to take a look at it now. Heads up by Van Eldick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pitch a few.
Hey, can she throw a couple? She got hit in the hand. Can she throw a couple? She got hit in the hand.
Hit in the heel? Bare hand?
Yeah, pitch in hand.
Throw a few?
Request made by Akron head coach Todd Colt.
What's that? Okay.
I'm going to charge your conference then.
Pretty important piece for this Westerners defense, having Headland in the circle.
I have to charge your conference.
I didn't know.
Okay, you make the call.
How are we doing?
Yeah.
Still shaking that hand out.
Okay. Oops.
Headland says she's good to go.
Where do we pitch?
20-2 on the season. We also have Bailey Davis, a junior pitcher, 12-0 on the season in 14 starts. A 1.34 ERA, but Headland with a .84 ERA.
I got you, batter. Play.
She's the slinger for the Westerners.
Ball.
First pitch is low. Keep an eye on that right hand, too. Sometimes it takes a little while for a stinger like that to wear away.
That's why the umpire always lets her throw a couple pitches to get herself back in the game. Not only physically, but mentally get back in the game. You get a little stinger like that, it plays with your psyche a little. So let her throw a few pitches and calm herself down. And we're going to play ball again.
You see her still shaking it there. Chloe Severson at the plate and right up the middle. And it's a base hit with 1 out. As Chloe Severson is on first base. Next time Headland went after that line drive with her glove hand.
That was a better choice.
So 1 out, 1 run aboard here.
Severson's on base for the second time, so let's see if Kee can make something happen here.
Oh, when Severson was on, it was a 1 out double. Got a stray bat over on the Kee High side. We'll pause in the action. Severson had a one-out double that started a 2-run 4th inning. See if Casey Welch can move her over or get a similar rally going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-run lead for Kee High, the home team on the scoreboard. And here in the bottom of the 6th, looking for a couple more insurance runs as you go to the top of the 7th right after this. One ball, one strike.
Ball.
Welsh looks at ball 2.
Up and away. 2-1.
Part of Kee's key was to have some good execution in some tight spots. Well, I'd say this is a tight spot.
Bottom of the 6th, real big opportunity here with just one away. Fouled straight back, a good cut by Welsh. With Headland. It's a nice pitch. She's got a good arsenal as well. Little rise ball, screwball, curveball, changeup. Really works location and speeds. That one high and away, Mr. Location. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
We're full now, guys. 3 balls.
Severson at first.
Ball.
And ball 4, 2 runners aboard here in the 6th. Katie Brennan, the freshman catcher, due up, but first a visit from head coach Todd Colt for the Akron-Westfield Westerners.
Hey, you got enough energy to throw?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Give me a towel.
Yep. Need a towel? 1 and 2 are going to switch. Position 1 to position 2, 2 to 1.
Get my glove, my mask.
So that's Bailey Davis, the catcher. She'll be pitching now.
Right, looks like pitcher and catcher are switching positions.
Most of it was bad, but we're not done yet, girls. We get
Not changing the batting order, just changing the defensive position. Obviously wants to stay with his seasoned players.
There you see Kee High watching on. We're going to get a look at Bailey Davis.
Because you never know what we're going to run here.
So Bailey Davis, a little more on her, 41 RBIs at the plate, but she was on a couple of state championship teams, 8th grade, 9th grade year. They expect to be here. Her sister Brandy has 4 titles. She was joking around. She's like, as a junior, I kind of need to win this one if I want to match my big sister.
She has 12 wins on the season. She's got 14 starts, and 12 of them ended up being wins. So her earned run average is only 1.34. So she's also a good pitcher to have in the circle.
And you heard Coach Colt ask her, do you have enough energy to pitch? It's hot back there, and it's extra hot behind the plate in all that gear.
It is hot with all that gear on. So imagine if about the umpire, because the umpire has the same gear on, it's just underneath their clothes.
And for Ann Headland, it's maybe just as warm on that pitcher's mound as well, as active as you're working.
This might not be a bad change. The catcher has been seeing what the pitchers or the batters have been swinging at, so.
So Akron-Westfield here in the 6th with just 1 out. Looking to shore up the defense here with runners on first and second. It's Casey Welsh on first, Chloe Severson on second. And Katie Brand will be the next batter. As Kee High head coach Elizabeth Hill says, let's go. Bailey Davis says, I'm ready. And Katie Brennan steps up to the plate. Just a freshman. A base hit, her last at bat. Looks at one low, scored on a wild pitch in the 4th inning. Looks at a strike. Kathy, we talked about both teams really needing to focus on the tight situations. Very tight situation for Akron-Westfield here. Down 2 runs and Kee High threatening even more.
Well, a pitcher with a little stinger on her hand. She might have let a couple base runners get on, so might be a good choice here to have a new pitcher in and start throwing some strikes to the batters and have the batters get a different look.
2-1 players, 2-1.
Good opportunity for the defense to help the team out here if it gets put in play. Slap to Harris, the 8th grader. Fields it, throws to first, but not in time. Safe is the call at first, and the bases are loaded with 1 away. Here's another look. Slow roller, a speedster, and Brennan had a little trouble getting that ball out of her glove.
Yeah, that hop into the glove took a little longer to get there.
I believe it's scored as a base hit. Here's a fly ball. And caught at second. Now they got a runner off first base. Dibert flies out to Harris, who flung it home. Afraid Severson was going to try and tag on that infield flare.
Very athletic play. That's the one that made the diving catch a little bit earlier. And she made a nice little catch over her shoulder there and fired it home to keep that run on third.
So Michaela Walliser, the freshman shortstop, with 2 outs.
Ball.
Got 1 inside. A big opportunity here for a young freshman. Facing Bailey Davis, the junior pitcher, a first-team All-Stater in 2015. There's a fly ball, left center field, and it's down. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in for Kee High. They're looking for a third. And Brennan motors all the way from first to score. It's a 3 RBI double for Michaela Walliser.
What a great piece of hitting. Got a new pitcher in there. You don't know what she's going to throw. Be aggressive at the plate. She got her bat out. The pitcher provided all the power, and it went all the way to the fence.
Here it is. Walliser went down, golfed it out to left center in the gap. Severson scored from third. Welsh scored easily from second. And Brennan motored in from first. 3 RBIs on 1 swing of the bat of a freshman, Michaela Walliser. And there's 3 runs across here in the 6th. It's a 5-run lead for Kee High. And a runner in scoring position. Here's the throw back behind the runner. Walliser down there on second.
I don't think that stinger hurts anymore because that catcher threw down there trying to keep that runner close to second base.
Yep. Ann Hedlund from pitcher to catcher. Still playing real heads-up softball back there. 3 balls, no strikes now on the batter. This is Ellie Cooper, the senior second baseman. She's 0 for 2, does have a walk. Popped out in her last at-bat.
3-1 game, 3-1.
Bailey Davis taking over the pitching duties here in the 6th. 1 in the dirt, and that is ball 4. And Cooper draws her second walk of the game. Nikki Wood comes to the plate. She's 0 for 3 in the game, a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out. Looks at a first pitch strike.
There's nothing really hurt here. All Bailey Davis needs to do is throw strikes.
Wood looks at 1 upstairs.
Changing speeds pretty well. Fastball in there on the lower part of the strike zone. Change up just a little bit high.
Here's the 1-1, slap to the right side of the infield. And she'll be safe at first. The throw goes over to third. Oh, they say out at third. The run does count, though. So it is 4 runs in here in the 6th inning, make it 7-1. Kee High fired up, 3 outs away from a state title. Let's take another look. Safe at first. It was a high tag, but must have been in time.
A little shovel throw to first base, didn't get her. What the range that little second baseman has.
4-3-5 on the putout. The run from third did count. So 4 runs that inning. Across the plate for Kee High. And now they are 3 outs away from a state championship.
Jaden Harris, the 8th grader, has showed us quite the range. Had a diving catch, over the shoulder catch, little shovel throw there, just almost got the runner there, fired one home.
Nice throw from Smith over to Waterbury to get that 3rd out as well. But you're right, Jaden Harris, that 8th grader, just
she's giving it her all.
Showing some footwork and some pretty good glove work out there. So Kee High made the state tournament back in 2002 for the very first time. In 2014, they lost to the Akron-Westfield Westerners in the championship game of Class 1A. And a first pitch strike here in the top of the 7th to Ann Headland. As Kee High, 3 outs away from a state title, working with a 6-run lead.
Ball! Just down, just down.
Here you see head coach Elizabeth Hill. In just her 6th season, she has cranked some energy into this Kee High softball program. Swing and a miss by Headland, and it's 1-2.
The fans are up there now. They want every pitch.
Grounder up to the first base side. And we'll restart the 1-2.
Never know, huh?
Courtney Cooper in the circle. Delivers. Strike 3 called. And there's 1 away. 4th strikeout for Courtney Cooper. And we'll take another look at the junior.
10 out, 1 in. Thank you.
Just a paintbrush on that outside corner, huh?
She's hitting her spots. That catcher did not move her glove, not 1 inch. She hit exactly where she wanted to.
We got a pinch hitter coming in. Trisha Frericks, the senior.
10 out, 1 in. 10 out, 1 in.
With 27 at-bats this season, has scored 16 runs, 5 hits, walked 3 times. A couple of stolen bases. And the senior checking in here in the 7th inning.
Ball.
Akron-Westfield needs to get some base runners.
185 average. Swing and a miss by the senior as Cooper continuing to deal.
Cooper is relentless. Strike after strike after strike. A little change up there, a little one out of the zone. She's throwing strikes.
Here's the 1-1. Frericks held off, and it was inside.
Great pitch, just down.
Little drop ball, just dropped right out of the zone.
Here's the 2-1.
Ball, that's up.
Just a little high and outside.
31, gang, 31.
She knows the umpires like those corners, you know, that's why she's aiming for them.
Of course, we love corners.
Here's the 3-1. There's a called strike.
There's that corner.
Count runs full.
We're full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Frericks at the plate with 1 away here in the 7th.
I got you.
Ground ball. Third baseman Cooper Fields throws safe. Throw goes out to right field. How about Sydney Strong backing things up in the outfield as Kendra Cooper's throw a little off the mark.
The senior pinch hitter came in and did her job. She's on base. Can't do anything unless you're on base.
19 out, 23 in. Thank you.
So there you hear. 19 out, 23 in. 23 is Hannah Bomey. Another senior.
She was the starter. She's the starter that's re-entered the game.
19 out, 23 in. 19 out, 23.
I believe she'll be making her first plate appearance, though, as Danica Smith stepped in and took that first at-bat in the second inning.
Oh, so they made a change at the beginning that I missed.
Here we go, ladies. 1 out. Ball. Just out.
Just missed the corner that time. A runner aboard, though, 1 away here in the 7th inning. Akron-Westfield trying to keep their hopes alive here in the 7th. Nice play behind the plate by Katie Brennan to smother that ball behind the plate.
Good ball.
Courtney Cooper.
Ball.
This is inside. 3 balls, no strikes.
Courtney's got to do what brought her this far. She's got to start throwing strikes, get the batters to swing.
Good.
See if she continues to challenge Hannah Bomey, the senior, on this 3-1. Chop foul. Bomey behind the pitch as Cooper really blazed one in there that time.
Count's full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2.
1 out, 1 runner aboard. Here's the full count delivery. Bomey chops it foul once again, stays alive.
Take your time, take your time. I got this.
Batter's a little bit late on that swing. She's got to turn those wrists, get that bat head out there. The pitcher's providing all the power for you.
3-2.
Bomey, one of 3 seniors on this Westerners team, at the plate and in a battle right now with Courtney Cooper. A 7-1 game. Kee High leading Akron-Westfield, trying to finish things off, and that is ball 4. And the 2 seniors that check in are aboard. Top of the order coming up now. Katie Johnson, the senior starter. And let's take a listen into Kee High head coach Elizabeth Hill.
Okay, we got the best hitter up. Hey, we're gonna give you guys deep. Okay, you guys are gonna stay deep on everything. Just keep everything in front. Okay, we're gonna chip away at outs. They got to get quite a few runs here. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Keep everything in front of you. Not gonna give this one anything pretty to hit. Okay, so know that we put her on base. We build the bases up to walk. I'm okay with that. All right, stay within yourself. We just gotta get out. Push out there. Just play deep. Yep, just play deep. Get it out at 1. Okay? Or if you got an easy one to your bag or something, you know what I mean? But just stay within yourself. You guys, you're sitting where you got 1 out. You need to push for 2 here. Okay? Push for 2. All right, stay relaxed. 1 down. Hey, take it 1 pitch at a time, ladies. Take it 1 pitch at a time. Okay? You guys can. Nobody matter. 1, 2, 3.
There you have it, Coach Hill. Maybe the most relaxed and calm she's been in a huddle, but this is the time to bring that relaxed attitude.
Courtney Cooper's been outstanding pitching here. She's just let a couple balls get past her, past the batters here.
First pitch low, and you heard her say we're not going to give Katie Johnson anything good to hit here. She recognized and reminded the kids Out on defense that Johnson at the plate is their best hitter. There's a fly ball. Now we've got an out at first, and now we need the tag there, though. They did not tag. There's going to be 1-run score here as Kee High is celebrating. And they have no idea. None of the players on the field know what's going on, and Kee High is trying to score 4 runs. And they have scored 3 runs on that play.
That was a bad mistake.
And that is classic Akron-Westfield stealing bases.
To touch the base?
Yeah, that's not a force anymore.
Oh, okay. You're correct. Yep, no problem.
But we do have a warning for coming out on the field.
Yep, absolutely. Understandable. They thought they won a state title, so.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So the nerves getting the best of Kee High. Akron-Westfield almost had the catch. If she would have caught it and touched first, it would have been a double play. But right there, Michaela Walliser needed to tag Hannah Bomey. And then Akron-Westfield, coach is saying, keep rolling, keep running. 3 runs are in, makes it 7-4. The batter Johnson scored as well.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she was out at first.
She was out at
Excuse
first.
me.
Yes,
We're
she was
getting
out at
corrected here
first.
by our wonderful stat Chris. We have 2 runs in, so it is 7-3. Pardon me.
How do you score that?
Even live?
So 3 unassisted for Katie Johnson. She's out.
We do have a warning on Lansing.
And I don't know if they would tag an error on Walliser for not tagging the runner, or maybe for dropping the ball. Yeah, you would think there would be an error charge somewhere, but
I think there has to be an error there, but I don't know who you'd charge it to. The umpire did give the team a warning, though, because they came out on the field during a live ball.
So we're being told there's no errors, no runs batted in, it's just an out, and then a whole lot of exciting softball.
2 outs, guys. Here we go.
So it's a 4-run lead for Kee High, and now they are 1 out away from a 1A state title. They might get to win the state championship twice because they thought they just won it right there. One more celebration could be ahead, but nothing's for sure yet, as we've seen right here in this 7th inning.
At least out of all that, they got an out. So now they have 2 outs.
Yes. Jalen Harris to the plate, nobody aboard, 2 away. Courtney Cooper pumps a strike in there, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Akron-Westfield, ranked number 1, has not lost to a 1A softball team yet this summer. Kee High wanted a shot at it. And they got it here in the 1A title game as the count goes to 2-2. And Courtney Cooper in the pitcher's circle trying to deliver the win. Harris will not chase that one, and it's 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2.
Harris at the plate, Cooper. It's Harris fouling it back.
The fans are all on their feet.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Cooper delivers. Sliced foul once again as Harris stays alive. Some wild action here in the 7th inning. But Kee High settling down, has a 4-run lead. 1 strike away from a state title. Here's Cooper. There's a ground ball up the middle. Cooper picks it up, throws it into right field. As the Westerners with another runner aboard here in the 7th inning. As Jaden Harris stands on first, Danica Tyndall will come up to the plate.
What an outstanding play by the 8th grader Harris. All they need is base runners. They have to get base runners on, or you can't score. They're still alive.
Harris credited with a base hit. And a first pitch strike to Danica Tyndall. Well, 3-4-5 coming up here in the Westerners batting order. Danica Tyndall. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. Westerner fans think she's due. 1-1 the count on Tyndall, the junior. Cooper delivers, swing and a miss.
One-two, gang, 1-2.
Nice off-speed pitch that time from Courtney Cooper, last year an honorable mention All-Stater.
Ball.
This is outside. Possible first teamer there on the mound with Courtney Cooper. Last year honorable mention. This year pretty solid numbers.
I agree. She's been solid. She hasn't had a whole lot of strikeouts, but she's been letting her defense help her out.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 3-2.
Gets the job done. Not tonight, just 4 strikeouts tonight, over 200 on the season.
Ball.
Missed outside, ball 4, 2 runners aboard. And so with a 4-run lead, there's 2 aboard.
Up quite a bit, up quite a bit.
2 outs. This Kee High defense, as they can taste the state championship right now.
Ball.
Bailey Davis at the plate.
Courtney Cooper's expression has not changed. She knows all she has to do is throw strikes. They only need 1 out.
Ball.
Another one low to Davis. As Bailey Davis, with 41 runs batted in, leads the team. There's one right at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. It's Jaden Harris on second base, Danica Tyndall on first. 3 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the 7th inning.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Kee High came in with a 6-run lead. They still lead it by 4. Here's the 3-1. Called strike, it is full. Courtney Cooper battling Bailey Davis here with 2 outs in the 7th.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. They're going on the pitch.
Here we go, count's full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
1 out away from a title. There's a ground ball. Cooper can't get to it. Ellie Cooper makes the throw, and there it is. Kee High, your Class 1A state champs in 2016.
And there's that energy that helped this team, this Key team, to win the championship.
There's head coach Elizabeth Hill.
He's hugging
Hugs and
all the
congratulations
coaches.
with the coaching staff. A smile that will not leave the rest of the night. Let's take a look at that. So hard to get 3rd and final out in the 7th inning. Ellie Cooper, the senior, gets it done. And the Coopers celebrate Kee High's Class 1A state championship.
It's only fitting that the senior, in her last game, will get the last out.
Ellie Cooper, the only senior on this Kee High Hawks softball team. And they'll be back. They've got a lot of firepower coming back, but congratulations to the Lansing community and the Kee High district.
Maybe Ellie Cooper won't be back because she's a senior. She might be going off to college and start a new life. But the two other Cooper sisters, Courtney and Kendra, will be back.
Presenting the Class 1A All-Tournament team medals is Mark Buskell.
Get ready for the announcement of the All-Tournament team here.
District 5. The 2016 Class 1A All-Tournament team. From Kee, Nikki Wood. From Akron-Westfield, Bryn Van Eldick. From Martinsdale, St. Mary's, Jamie Jordan. From Newell Fonda, Jordan Wilkin. From Martinsdale, St. Mary's, Kyla Morris. From Akron-Westfield, Ann Hedlund. From Kee, Kendra Cooper. From Akron-Westfield, Bailey Davis. From Kee, Chloe Severson. From Akron-Westfield, Katie Johnson. And captain of the 2016 Class 1A All-Tournament team, from Kee, Courtney Cooper.
Captain and well-deserved captain. What an outstanding job she did on the pitching plate today.
4 strikeouts, only allowing 1 earned run. Those 2 in the 7th, unearned.
That's okay. She didn't have a lot of Ks, but she let her defense help her. All she needed to do was pitch strikes in the key spots, and she was successful in the circle today.
And led Kee High to a state championship and a rematch of the 2014 title game, in which Akron-Westfield was victorious. This year, they watched the Hawks celebrate their state championship here in 2016.
In addition to receiving plaques, every participating player will receive a commemorative softball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards are members of the IGHSAU Board of Directors, Roger Francis and Jean Berger. Congratulations to the runner-up in Class 1A, head coach Todd Colt, and the Akron-Westfield Westerners on an outstanding 2016 softball season. And your 2016 Class 1A state softball champions, head coach Liz Hill and the Kee High Hawks.
Kathy, an impressive game, a big 6th inning, and Kee High got it done.
It was an outstanding job by the pitcher, Courtney Cooper. They were averaging 8 runs per game before today. They got 7 today. It's about right. They had their execution in the tight spots just like they wanted.
All right, 7-3 the final here in the Class 1A title game. Kee High, your 2016 Class 1A champions. The 2A game is coming up. More fantastic action still remains. Coming to you from Fort Dodge, as Iowa City Regina will battle Van Meter. Congratulations, Kee High, 2016 1A state champions.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Softball Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Trumu, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the 2016 Iowa Girls High School Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Mid-American Energy and their Energy Advantage programs are dedicated to increasing the awareness of energy efficiency in Iowa's homes and businesses. Information is at midamericanenergy.com. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.